Prime Minister Lawrence Wong on Friday stated that the Electoral Boundaries Review Committee has not yet been convened, and no decision has been made regarding the timing of the next general election.
When we do so, we will announce it, as we always do. We won't do these things quietly.
Mr. Wong said at a press conference with local media at the National Press Centre. He further added,
Whether or not when the election is to be held, I think I have not decided, and when again we start the process, people will know.
the convening of the EBRC, which reviews Singapore's electoral boundaries, is a necessary step before calling a general election. Based on past elections, a general election could be called between 4 months and a year after the EBRC is formed. The next general election must be held by November 2025. On how the People's Action Party is preparing for the upcoming election, including the identification of new candidates, Mr. Wong stated,
We are getting ourselves ready, and as I said, we have till the end of next year to hold the elections.
He added that the search for potential candidates is ongoing, with the ruling party actively meeting with individuals.
And when the time comes, I hope to be able to unveil a good slate of candidates for Singaporeans.
Mr. Wong also noted that in every election, the party aims to renew its members of parliament.
After they have served 3 terms or so, or 2 or 3 terms, we will ask them to step down for renewal, and they understand, and then we'll bring in new blood. And I hope to do the same during the elections.
Pundits have speculated that the upcoming general election could resemble the 2015 election, which took place following the SG50 National Day celebrations in September. During the press conference, Mr. Wong, who is also the Finance Minister, shared some preliminary ideas for Budget 2025. These include strategies aimed at ensuring a strong economy, providing opportunities for workers to upgrade their skills, and addressing concerns about jobs and incomes. Other identified ideas focus on offering support for Singaporeans at all stages of life, particularly the sandwich generation, and strengthening the country's sense of solidarity, with 2025 marking Singapore's 60th anniversary of independence.
So these are some of the broad preliminary ideas or themes we have identified for the budget, but we welcome your feedback, suggestions, and views, and we will do this through our usual pre-budget consultations. I'm committed to engage and to listen, to review, change, and reset policies where needed.
These themes are based on concerns raised by Singaporeans, he explained. For example, job security has emerged as a key concern, reflecting the uncertainties of a more turbulent global environment, shaped by geopolitical tensions and technological changes.
People are worried about not just today's job, but what about my jobs later on? And as I get older and we are all living longer, will I still have a good job with a steady income when I'm in my 30s, my 40s, or if you're in your 40s now, then you worry about in your 50s and 60s. And these are real concerns, and we are therefore focusing on looking at what measures we can take, what new policies, programs, and schemes we might be able to put in place to address these concerns.
When asked by a reporter whether Budget 2025 could be considered an election budget, Mr. Wong responded,
The budget will be what it is. Potentially, it could be the last budget in our term of government, potentially, because elections could still be done before the budget, but potentially, if the elections are after, then it will be the last budget in this term of government. But with any budget, whether it is at the beginning of the term or at the end of the term, we focus on our priorities in the near term.
These include pressing issues like the cost of living, but the government will also look to the future, considering investments and decisions that will position Singapore for long-term success.
It could be infrastructure, it could be tackling climate change, it could be our energy transition, it could be our economic strategies, things which I've highlighted just now. So these will be our priorities for the budget.